Shout out to BreadTube. Oh, y'all know who you are. Is FD, Lil Bill, Foreign Man, who's who we reacting to today. Um, Olay, Rebecca, uh, the whole team over at Clickbaity Political Thirst Trap. Shout out to y'all. Um, so many of you create. It's just like what I mean. Like it's a whole network of the BreadTube, and then like that's they captain is FD. But I really appreciate the work that y'all out here doing and trying to. Let me with a caveat. I do have some issues, but that's not the point of this video. Um, I do appreciate that y'all are bringing things together from like a intellectual and black, or at least aware of race angle. That's what's up.
She cheated on me, bro.
Damn.
Already?
All right. First of all,
Say
Shiesty
your piece.
inside at the
Bro, you know
streamer
how these YNs
at
are.
the universe. Okay, like that's why these niggas need a drill sergeant. We moving on though.
What you mean already?
You've been here for 4 hours. You going around biting. You have dick more than 10.
A
lot of trouble.
So Illuminati is Bay and so no wait. Pause. Pause.
Got him.
Zoe Spencer is Bay and Soul Illuminati still pisses me off. Go check it out. Toilet Paper Matt podcast.
Maker, yeah, I play, but don't we all play?
It's corny they really made that girl cry like that.
What if I told you that you didn't understand streaming university at all? This is my favorite thing about this entire event. DDG has a weird case. Why is he around? I want to big up Tyler. He's using his privilege for good.
You about to get to it.
Back.
Today we looking.
I'm saying I need that on
We're
my
gonna talk.
team. I need that on my team.
We're gonna get into it. He talks about that later, but keep press play.
All right, I'm
Bark but
just
Black
saying.
at one of the greatest social experiments we have yet to realize. On today's Foreign Friday.
Okay, pause it real quick. So off rip, I 100% agree with him right there, where he called it a social experiment.
Oh yeah.
Like I haven't seen all the POVs, but just looking at the grand scheme of it, and I'm sure Kaisenat didn't have this plan, but this shit is legitimately like a social experiment, and the way stuff happened, just from like the couple different videos from different people that I've seen, bro. Some people are like, I'm not gonna say evil, but
Yeah.
some people are dumb. Some people know exactly what they're doing. Some people are soulless and just in it to get the clickbait or whatever. Bro,
Can I
I'm
go ahead?
glad that we're not
Excuse me.
necessarily going like the streamer route, but I definitely see how the YouTuber culture slash like the streaming culture, the way to get big is to be like hyperbolized or like be like super
Over stealing my
antics
lingo.
posters.
You stealing my lingo again.
Hey bro,
Continue.
let me
But
pontificate.
continue. Hey, do your thing, pimp. Do your thing.
Yeah, but nah, yeah, like I said, this that streaming university was like legit, like an actual like social case that like
It's PsyOp.
I think other people could really do. I don't know if I call it a style, but people could literally do like studies on what transgressed during like streamer university and could probably do whole ass dissertations about like how humans work and people would what links people would go to like get quote unquote big or famous. And yeah, like the shit was insane just from like the different clips that I've seen.
I believe. But also, all of that, excuse me, all of that is happening naturally. The reason I call, sorry, I hit the joint.
Is it naturally or is it forced? Because I definitely feel like a lot of, let me not say a lot of streamers, but I definitely feel like a lot of people are forcing situations to make it appear natural. But in my opinion, some of these things clearly seem forced. Like a prime example, I think he'll get into it in the videos, like the whole DDG saying like my ball, I lost my ball thing. Bro, Lily,
I like that saying,
that
by the
shit
way.
dropped on like a Friday or a Saturday. 4 or 5 days later, I heard a whole bunch of people just using that, and I was
I
like, "What
like it.
the
No, that's my
hell?"
ball, nigga. I like that shit. Nah, that's my
Bro, nah,
ball.
that was insane.
I
That was
gotta
insane,
give I
especially
gotta
when I
give him
figured
that
out the
one.
context of what he meant by my ball. I was like,
Nah,
"Yeah, nah,
my ball. I
this
like
nigga has
that.
this shit figured out."
I'm telling you, it's a fucking government operation. There's no way that these simple ass niggas is that creative and doing. Okay, let me put it like this. I'm not saying these niggas ain't in here really trying to get their bag, right? But it's the fact that in this time, in this political climate, when black people is really not needing to be distracted, you just going to conglomerate niggas. Not just black, but niggas.
Nah, he had like a couple white people, a few Asians. You know what I mean? It was a very diverse.
Anybody can be a nigga.
All right,
You
press
don't
play.
gotta be black to be a nigga.
Whatever, press play. We're 38 seconds in. We gotta
We gotta cook.
get
We
the
gotta
actual
cook.
point.
Because I got theories, bro. I'll cook it at the end.
My feelings about streaming university
What
are
you
more
got?
complicated than your twice divorced uncle that still going to fraternity probates on the quest to conquest flesh. On one hand, you have what is a brilliant social experiment with
I didn't want
Bro, not
to.
even 20 seconds.
I'm sorry, but it took us. I was like, I had to process that. Maybe it's because I'm high. I was like, was that funny? Yeah, that was funny.
That
majority
was
black
funny.
participants post-pandemic showcasing social transgressions across gender, race, class, all under this Foucaultian panopticon of a Twitch
I'm
chat.
so
But on
sick of
the
these
other
pussy
hand,
ass
you
niggas wearing
have
vests.
reputation washing of abusers, misogyny, anti-blackness, and a level of negrosity that would only find itself
Right,
comfortable on the
niggerosity.
Zeus network. So we're gonna look back on the good,
Nah, I'm gonna let
the
it keep
bad,
cooking,
and the
but
black
yeah,
of streaming
Zeus
university.
Network
So
type
for the
shit.
uninitiated, Kai Cenat is basically
All
the
they
black
missing is the
Mr.
ability
Beast
for
of
people to get
Twitch.
naked.
In fact, that crossover isn't uncanny since Mr. Beast did this.
I got 10 bands here.
Oh, that's who the fuck that
I
is?
want you to put this under someone's seat and give it to him.
That's Mr.
I
Beast?
don't know
What?
That's
why.
right. Like, yo, that's who that was? You know who he looked like? The boy from Malibu Most Wanted. I didn't know who the fuck
Hey,
that
I'm not
was.
gonna lie. That's I'm not gonna say it's a goated movie, but every time I watch
That
that
movie
movie,
funny
it
as shit.
cracks me up.
Bro, I should have. I didn't even read this, but like, yeah. Oh, six. I know that movie got off one of the most racist but funniest jokes about Middle Eastern people when they came pulled up with the scraps, and he can't. Everybody pull out their little bogus bullshit. This nigga pulls out an RPG. He said a present from Uncle Ahmed or some shit. Like, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The early 2000s was a wild time.
You used to be able to get your shit off, and it was all in good fun. It was only when the fucking racist came out and started really like trying to hurt people's feelings that it not okay. But I digress. Moving on.
I don't know why, when, or if ever bands should be in this nigga's lexicon. You're probably wondering why Mr. Beast is cosplaying as Ed Wunsler III.
Yo, I forgot about this dude.
Oh shit!
Oh man, I forgot about this dude. That is hilarious.
The fuck
The
y'all
best
looking
thing.
at?
Seeing this side by side, I really want to know, was this curated off of that, or was he just like subconscious, like, yeah, this is cool?
Bro, that is net. That is dastard, bro. Can that be the thumbnail? Wait, it has no point but maybe. But keep that screenshot. That can be used somewhere.
Boondocks.
I
Let me
got
show
you.
you why.
Mr. Beast trend on TikTok?
Yeah, what like you like in the gas station or you in like a Montclair coat and stuff with tattoos? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's like thousands of them going up like every hour. People keep asking me to do it. Do you have any advice how I could be hood?
Oh god. This is the
I don't hung up the phone. I don't hung up the fucking phone. And see, Mr. Beast, I don't. To me, he kind of the fact that he even said that speaks to a greater representation that like people are looking at this and being like, "Yo, look at all these niggas and nigga adjacent people be niggas." You know what I mean?
Think so, yeah.
But yeah, let him cook.
biggest YouTuber on the platform, who was as white as the days are long, asking one of the biggest Twitch streamers, which is a black man in this case, how to be more hood. Is Kaisa not even hood? Definitely not right now. It's just wild to ask the only black person that you probably know, because this is Jimothy Beast from the Carolinas. This is the type of shit that make my ass hurt. This will set the tone for the anti-blackness that is yet to come. But much like Jimothy Beast, Kai does these expensive spectacle events, and the only difference is it's live. The latest one was Streamer University, where he rented out a university in Akron. And if you know Akron, I surprised nobody gets shot. I ain't gonna lie. Oh God. I mean, mind you, someone did get shot, but we can get to that in a second.
Wait, somebody got shot at Streamer University already? Wait, yeah, he said something about somebody got shot.
Yeah, but it's not what you think. He's gonna address it later in the video.
Okay.
Nobody gets shot. I ain't gonna lie. Oh God. Mind you, someone did get shot, but
yeah.
Kai announced Streamer University, which was a full expense-paid 3-day trip to a university for like 100 people. Folks stream themselves applying to be a student or
no. It was just like a few-day thing.
When he unveiled the winners on his stream, he started with, "I know what you mean that you get the AC shit. I like that.
What did they teach?
I'm not gonna
so each professor has like a different class that they quote unquote teach. So like okay, so I didn't watch a lot of different ones. I just kind of watched the names that I know. So I know that like Agent so far was the only one that I saw that was actually teaching like valuable or viable lessons, because he was talking about like how to actually be a streamer and like what the costs are versus like how to properly like operate. But then you had like Duke Dennis that did like physical education. India Love
yeah, these niggas
about like how to like do love or how to find love or how to love yourself or some bullshit like that.
Can I pause real quick?
Yeah. What's up?
This is gonna sound bad fucked up, but India Love. It's just like y'all went and got her.
I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't know who she was.
I only know who she was because her news got leaked because she was fucking with the game way back when. I thought she. First of all, how old is this girl? Because I thought she.
As of today, she is 29 years old.
A little old to be playing. Like it's just like we all know what role India Love plays in that space. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna be disrespectful to say it, but like let's not sit here and pretend like you know what I'm saying. She out here about to give some insight. Bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, is she really about to teach up how to get paid the fuck? Like, let's keep it a whole B. Like,
no. It's her class was like in the realms of like how to love yourself.
What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Just
let's continue.
He sent me 100. I'm gonna send him half back. Just half back. Just half. It's happening right now, involving him. But chat, I want to go ahead and say that, you feel me? Me personally, bro.
Like, I don't want to hate on Kai either, bro. I really don't want to hate on him. But it's just like, because I remember I heard him talking about, he was like, yo, I had to do some lawyer stuff and legal this, that, and the third. And I'm like, part of me feels like you're getting some external funding. Because, like, I understand why there's people that would be invested in seeing and making sure that the niggas got some other niggas to watch instead of something meaningful.
DDG, thanks for the 50 gifted. Appreciate it, DDG. Thanks for the 50 gifted. I know there's a lot of crazy things going on, but y'all gotta understand, bro.
Crazy things going on. That's what we call an abuse now. Appreciate DDG for the 50 gifted.
At that point, it kind of sounds like Kai kind of knew more than we did about what was going on. He was like, "Damn, both parties fucked up." So
no, that's fair though. That's fair because that's how I'm taking away after the new information. I'm like, both of y'all just fucking crazy. Like I don't what else. I don't know what to tell you. Both of y'all crazy. So yeah, but.
Of the Cocoa Butter Coalition. You had a mixture of large creators like Extra Emily. I don't think she said the N-word. I think she said
no
Nick.
idea.
Her friend is named Nick. She was talking to Nick and she said, you could imagine. I should be able to find it. There it is. Big up Reddit. I can't believe I'm saying it, but big up Reddit. Here's where she's alleged to have said the N-word.
Can you name 3 streamers you will never do a stream with again?
extra Emily.
That's not true.
Emily, extra 3.
Russell, that's not even true.
We know
Yeah,
y'all
so
say,
this part he's about to address is kind of crazy.
we
Like
know,
this is my first time hearing about her, but go ahead, get off what you're about to say real
no,
quick.
I was just gonna say to any white people that hear this part, like we know y'all say nigga when we not around. We know. We know. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying this next part is kind of crazy. Like you'll see hip play.
Yes, yes.
Look at natural.
We're good. Okay, no problem. That happens all the time. In Austin, you know, like the stoplights here are really long.
Nah, you just can't drive.
No pass.
He just said oopsie. On one hand, I feel for the Asian community.
Now I
after she
see
did
where
this,
that
'cause the xenophobia
is about to
afterwards was
come.
wild. There was so many clips of the Asian woman and Family Guy merging into lanes. You know what I'm saying? Like where like the Asian woman was merging into lanes, and they
That
were just
shit
like,
was
okay,
funny, though.
well, good luck to everybody. I'm about to merge.
Good
into this
luck
lane
to
where
everybody.
everybody
I
can-
just
Those was going around. They were selling like hotcakes. But on the other hand, all Emily did to atone for running a red light on stream and then talking to her stream right afterwards, mind you. Like, you see how she just talking? You shouldn't be streaming live and driving anyway. This girl go follow this up by doing driving lessons on Scream. She is one of the least problematic streamers, and that's saying something, fam. Emily was like one of the only non-black folks at Streaming University, which I applaud. I see people making noise about there wasn't enough diversity, there was only niggas. Y'all can miss me with that.
There was a lot of slack about how he was saying it was just like all black people that were
PsyOp.
I mean, again, I'm not gonna say it as that, but I do remember like a big discourse. It was like, "Oh yeah, this man is only hiring people he likes. He's only bringing in black people." And I was like, first off, why are y'all pale walkers mad? Y'all got y'all own shit.
Oh,
Let niggas do their thing. He never said like he's fucking with y'all. He was just like, niggas I like, I'm gonna send an invite, whether it's big, small, because he had big and small creators there.
Right.
So it's
many
like,
who the fucks.
yeah, and I'm just like, bro, what you? I don't know what you were expecting, because then there was all like another like hoopla about, oh man, yeah, I was really hoping I was gonna learn how to stream and stuff like that, and I was like, bro, so you haven't even started streaming? He's literally trying to put people that are already doing this and help them
to do that in today's climate. Kudos to Kai for that. It's one of the great things about this event. And while we on it, we about to talk about some more good things. This is my favorite thing about this entire event.
I also just want to help. Like, I just want to thank everyone else that was helping here, from the people
who auntie that is crazy.
The cafeteria cleaned up after us, the production crews that were helping us, the tech team that were trying to help us go live.
Wait, is that a child?
I don't know how old that person is.
I couldn't tell either. I'm sorry. Shout out to you though. Blessings and love.
Streamer whose whole trajectory was changed by being here. A dark-skinned black woman, she gained tens of thousands of followers in 3 days. That being said, it's unfortunate what had to happen in order for her to get to this point. Here's Tyler, a rather larger creator, confronting the creator named Avery, who bullied Kawhi.
Remember where you came from.
I just think what you did was just kind of fucked up.
Why is you laying on the floor?
No, about the situation.
Who the fuck are either?
About the situation. For them saying, listen.
What she did was bully.
So apparently, Tyler, he's like relatively a big streamer. Like, we're not tapped in because I'm guessing, you know, we in our 30s or whatever. But like, apparently he's one of them. Like, I'm not saying he's like up there with like Soluminati or Kai or whatever, but apparently he's like a relatively big streamer. And then the chick is one of the people that came to Streamer University to try to grow on her platform.
Okay, and
he's about to explain the situation that happened between them.
She bullied him or he bullied her?
No. So that girl bullied the one that you called auntie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's literally about to explain it, but
she got an auntie face too.
All right, this is press play. He's about to explain the
She called her
situation.
unattractive, she called her ugly, and essentially
Oh,
sent
wow.
her chat to bully Kawhias in her chat. I want to big up Tyler. He was raiding smaller streamers who were at the event. He sometimes flooded their stream with thousands of people at a time. He actively tried to engage streamers who were intimidated, like especially smaller streamers. But he's using his privilege for good. In a landscape like Twitch streaming, and most notably the niche that Kai Cenat, Blackboy Max, and DDG are in, where they make content out of women, Tyler went out of his way to empower and foster a space, not only by comforting Kaiwas, because he did that too, but also actively telling the bully, maybe not as like directly or as eloquently, telling the bully that that's not what he's for. Not only did he tell the bully that, but he also told everybody watching that. Brings me to the sociological part of it.
I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend like I understood everything this nigga was saying just now. So what happened?
Oh my god. So, which part are you confused on?
So Shorty came up to him and was like da 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 da, and he was like he set her straight about bullying other Shorty. Is that what happened?
No. So they were both streaming. The second one that was talking to the dude apparently like was calling her ugly and saying some like other stuff, and then sent her chat to go harass the one you originally said looks like an auntie in her chat. The second one was like walking around and like ran into him, and he was like, yo, what you did was like out of pocket, you shouldn't have done shit like that. And she then tried to go on like an apology tour or whatever.
I mean, it's good that he checked her, and I guess it's okay that she apologized. It's just the fact that this camera's on all the time that make all this stuff so corny to me. It's just like, bro, is anything genuine? Like, are we even real people? But that's right.
This thing. Let's look at this from a meta level. These are 100 majorly black 20-somethings who we are witnessing in real time behave under the panopticon. Panopticism. It's a Foucaultian term, Michael Foucault, and essentially it states that people internalize surveillance and they adjust their behavior when they believe that they're constantly being watched. That goes from being randomly selected by TSA, from being followed at Best Buy because you was a big black man with a beard. Yeah, that has happened to me quite a bit. And then you act suspicious because you know you're being watched. Even this right here, if I wasn't on stream, I'd probably be picking my nose. Shirt would probably be off. We walk around in our boxes. It's hot outside. It can be extrapolated and applied to pretty much everyone. But you also have situations here where because these creators are aware of their surveillance, they're behooved to act in ways that they might not act unsurveilled. That's what's in my chat. Who know India afterwards?
Sweetheart, I don't want you to be rude to my cousin. Like, he's just getting my footage, but I get your tone just seems a little off. So I understand, but I can see and read your attitude. How he's my I don't want to be. Stand down. Stop it. It's okay. Come on, go ahead. Oh, she be tripping? She be tripping.
They keep on doing this music. A lot is going on here. India Love is one of the original bodies. If you was online mid-2010s to late 2010s, you saw India.
Right, that's why I'm just like, how old is this girl? Like,
she was ubiquitous with Tumblr. She was an IG model before IG model was a thing. Those park photos with the game. She was groomed by the game. Let's start there. She was 18 and the game was like 30 something in his late 30s. Fondling this gal in the park and making her smell it. But she's also relatively older than most of the streamers. Most notably the women, given that she's 29 right now. This level of like seniority that she has, coupled with her perceived online prestige as well as desirability, all of that is on display throughout this event. Throughout this entire event, you see India Love traversing the realms of desirability, colorism, a little bit of race because she's mixed with Mexican, I think. She's Mexican and black. I enlisted India Love as a professor and she took that role seriously. So you see this class dynamic between professor and student, much like you would have between bourgeois and proletariat.
Told you.
Whether Kai indirectly or directly did this, He conducted a social experiment, almost like Big Brother, but
Even
like
in the
it's
chat,
live
yeah, India
and on
been
Twitch.
around.
And I don't think that's ever been really done before. And you could scroll through different perspectives and see in the same time different perspectives of the same situation being perceived depending on the lens that you're looking through, depending on who you're watching at that time. And it was niggas as hell. Like this was nigga core, uncompromisingly black. This was just brilliant. And speaking of brilliance, if you're talking about brilliance in this thing, you gotta talk about Agent 00. Agent.
Okay, so yeah.
This nigga bust out the slides.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Like this dude, from my understanding, was like the only one that actually like took this serious and gave people like an actual like worthwhile lesson.
That's what's up.
Like he's gonna go into it, but like yeah, like Duke Dennis teaching or doing PE, cool. India Love doing how to love yourself, okay, cool. But for it to be titled Streamer University, and he's the only one to my knowledge, to actually teach something that's actually beneficial, then he was like the only one to my knowledge that actually like taught something beneficial, which I think he's about to like get into right now.
All right, but that's what's up. This nigga bust out the slideshow. This is a class.
Made the only proper class at Streamer University. And it's obvious that he's angling to be a streamer guru at some point. This man gave a streamer economics class and did full transparency breakdowns of his P&Ls.
Yeah. So this is what the revenue looked like for January on Twitch. You can tell us Marathon
as black creators in particular, the only bargaining power that we have is collective bargaining power. For a black creator,
hey man, I know that's not what this video is, so I'm not gonna get started with that part.
The most prominent black creators in the streaming space to visibly show his revenue, screenshots of his revenue, seriously at this event. What it does for the rest of creators is people in Agent's bracket could then begin to argue sponsor rates.
Like I can understand what I'm looking at.
And see the discrepancy and then make arguments as to why. Say, well, hold on, I pulling in the same numbers as Agent, then I should also be able to do it. These sponsors, these big brands, these big corporations, they are invested in you not knowing how much you're worth, because then you could exploit you. So they are invested in breaking up unions. Black creators in particular do not get paid anywhere near where they're supposed to. Definitely not near their white packages. He might not even realize that he is making an argument for collective bargaining. If more creators do that, especially black creators, then you could begin to put pressure on these brands. This was generally inspiring.
That is fire though.
Yeah, mad props to Agent.
Class was top 2 and not number 2. Shout out to him.
It's not lost on me that this could have gone far worse. What you're about to see could have gone far worse with everything considered. I mean, they were literally in Akron. And I'm genuinely happy it didn't, because there would never be another niggathon again. And Kai would have been scapegoated, which would have made it harder for black creators, not only on Twitch, but anywhere and everywhere. I want niggas to win. I have no investment in niggas losing. When they win, I win. This is symbiotic.
You're not wrong.
If I even want to look at it selfishly, Kai winning is a great thing. But I won't celebrate their wins when it's made on the backs of more marginalized. The whole bit is putting on a wig or making fun of gal them. Then what are we celebrating? You're Tyler Perry.
Pause it real quick.
Brings me to the bottom of the event.
We like Tyler.
I'm not gonna lie. There was like a time where like your Trey Melvins with the watermelon, Dreer, Quisha, or whatever. Like there's a lot. Watermelon Drea. There was a time where like a lot of niggas were just like doing that, and I'm just like, bro, what are y'all doing? Because I mean, admittedly, some of it was funny, but then it was like the more I started watching it, and I guess like the more I like mentally developed, the more I saw how problematic it was. Because it's just like in the same realm of how I don't like Tyler Perry, because I feel like all of his material is like black exploitation.
I mean,
like he's never doing anything that like he never puts anything that puts people or puts black people in like a good light. It's always about quote unquote black drama. This is what it's like actually like, and I just can't get behind that.
But what's wrong with just telling black stories? Dude, to be fair, all of his movies are just regular black people
All of
stories.
his movies are trash.
Blasphemy.
Whatever.
Those shits are so fucking funny.
Those shits are so trash. He can't even pay to get people to get good wig jobs. Can't pay to get niggas to get like a good fake dread look.
There's a joke about an
It's all
invitation to the
cheap,
cookout
corny, and
here.
personally, in my opinion, trash.
There's a joke about an invitation to the cookout here, but I'm gonna let it rock.
Whatever.
Starting with these man them. I stepped away for a sec. Why is this guy in a robe? I assume that you're talking about Diddy G.
That's my ball, bro. Nigga, you need to say
Yeah, okay, pause it.
That's my ball.
Bro, like I said, this nigga has to be some type of genius because the way he just like randomly came up with the whole my ball thing and niggas just rolled with it literally like
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I
two,
say it
three
now.
days later.
I'm
Bro,
trying.
the shit's crazy because
I
I
fuck
was
with it.
watching this low key in real time and I'm trying to figure out what you mean, my ball. And then he started like talking and just saying it more. And then like something happened like real life. And somebody's like, yeah, my ball's for the streets now. And I'm like, niggas is really using this unironically.
No, that's my
This is
ball. No,
insane.
for real. We care about our ball. You come walking up with your ball, bouncing it, spinning it on your finger. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I came to play. And now my ball gone. I'm sad.
All I care about is my ball. I don't care about nothing else, bro. I don't want to fight with these niggas. I don't care about nothing. All I care about is my India.
I know Duke is with my old ball. Y'all don't have to keep spamming it.
All right, the way he using it is kind
that's
of.
my ball, dude.
Now this is gonna sound corny because like he's the nigga that came up with it, but in the way also he's also sounding corny as hell saying it. Every nigga that I've heard say it, you know, it'd be
Very
like,
possessive, very women or items and objects. Yes.
yeah, like the first time
That's
I
very
heard
much
it,
what it gives.
but when I hear a nigga say it, they be like, no, you know what I'm saying? I was with my shorty and she was telling me that she would be at the bus stop and this nigga be trying to bother her, and I'm like, you need me to come up there because I'll let him know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, she good. That's my ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like. That's how I thought. I'm like, okay, and that like that. But this nigga's kind of just like, that's my ball. That's my ball. Like, yeah.
You know that's my ball, bro. I told you that on another nigga stream. I wouldn't even stream it.
And it's disrespectful because we
Oh,
have the
shit in the
best
that's
chef
Kaya.
in LA
Hey,
right here, and you
Kaya.
speaking about another ball.
What? What are you talking about?
Right.
What?
If the ball goes out of bounds, the ball goes out of bounds.
All right,
It's the other person's.
it's how can you drag your own saying? That's
Bro, I'm not gonna
crazy.
lie. This is the part that I low key appreciated because this is what made it click for me to understand what he was talking about.
It's just like, how does it sound corny coming from the nigga that came up?
That's not my ball no more.
Me, when I view women as objects, these are whole people. Oh God! He's talking about a person, blood. These niggas
sure.
in 3 days.
I think even I had the inclination, you know what I'm saying? When I described it, I was saying walking up with that thing on my, twirling it on my finger, you know what I'm saying? Like showing it off. This is mine. I'm proud of it. Even when I said it with my ball, I was just like with an inherent level of respect for the female that's with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But these niggas just
DDG is like a whole nother thing we could probably dedicate a video to because I don't know. That nigga wild too.
it, the corny just emanates off DDG.
Have reduced the gal them to balls. Bog said possession ain't really going back to their roots with the whole 2K skullduggery. Now they're applying it to the gal them. How did y'all let this happen? In 3 days, we have people calling each other balls, blood. CIA is on cruise control.
I'm saying, bro, this is a
The fact that this man just validated you kind of irks me.
This is a fucking psyop. You just gotta see the signs, bro. Once you accept that the United States government will go to insane lengths to fuck with black people, you see, it's like, damn, we can't catch a break. They can't never let us see niggas be great. They always gotta put niggas in front of us that's doing peak niggatry.
Tesla with the self-drive. He made ball merch. And he's gonna send booty shorts with
Making merch already just reinforces my thoughts that this was a planned psyop.
Like I said, I don't know about PsyOp, but like I said, this nigga has to be a genius to come up with that and know that it would sell. And the fact that he was like, yeah, this nigga's about to make a booty short saying my ball or the ball or whatever, that shit's kind of crazy, because I'm not gonna lie.
That is kind of genius marketing.
Let me not do that. Go ahead and
That
press
is
play.
genius marketing, though. I'm jealous.
with my ball to the gals. We have freakniks levels of misogyny. Dog made misogynoir merch. The foundation and focal point of this entire event was misogyny. Whether it was Duke and DDG going to war over India love, Cooking with Kaya literally
fighting over
got
the
sexually
game,
assaulted
bro.
at the club.
I'm sorry, that was
Cooking with Kaya was
disrespect.
there, and she got her ass unconsensually slapped at
Cooking
the
with Kaya
club
was
after DDG snuck them off campus. These are things that happen in real life, on stream, documented. You had extra Emily throwing ass in a circle and getting sturdy. Ben the Dawn was there. The only time I've ever seen Ben the Dawn was him being creepy.
No shot. Okay.
Oh, I know her.
I don't know, because I think it's cuffing a little bit at the bottom. Remember your shit just used to fall?
Oh my God, Ben.
I'm trying to help you out. I'm letting
I don't
you know.
think I don't think I need to know.
That your shit got a little...
I saw something that said Bobby Atloff left her whole family to take black dick, and that's fucking hot.
Hit the button. Hit the button.
That's fucking hilarious.
I don't have a problem with him being 33. I just have a problem with the fact that nigga just saying these things unprovoked to these gals on live. And that goes back to Stream University. This whole event was based on women. Nothing epitomizes the fact better than the fact that this is the biggest thing to come out of this event. Calling women boys.
Take a good amount.
That will go on in lexicons for far too long. It's never that deep until... I mean, no, it is that deep right now.
So my thoughts on that is we got to get ahead of that. You got to snatch my ball and turn it into a thing of respect before these niggas turn it into a thing of possession and misogyny.
Yeah, it's too late for that.
No, like it's only been out for like not even a week. We get ahead of that. You just be like, you gotta get niggas on the gram and niggas on TikTok, hugged up with their women and be like,
I think you underestimate how fast social media spreads.
I get that, but we gotta fight back.
We do, but you saying it's we got to get ahead of the curve is probably a misnomer, because
It's maybe not get ahead of it, but we gotta fight back. Like,
yeah, we got to fight back, but it's not get ahead of it.
Be like, nah, I fuck with my ball. I had this ball since I was a child. I love this ball. This ball grew up. This ball mine. See, I care about my ball. I give her rubs and make sure she stay. You know what I mean? My ball, nigga. Fuck you.
All right.
Come over here. I'll shoot you.
A gal literally got sexually assaulted at the friggin' event. Your language?
Wait. Who got? Are you talking about Kaya?
I think so. And sexually assaulted is a stretch.
Yeah, I was
but
about to say, sexually assaulted is a stretch. Like,
yeah, that's a stretch. But
we reaching. Because if that's sexual assault, then I done committed a whole lot of sexual assault. And that sounds crazy.
cutting that out.
Yeah, that sounds, I'm just saying, if smacking some girl's ass in the club that I don't know is sexual assault, lock me up.
All right, press play.
Permits the environment and cultivates the environment that you live in. If you could dehumanize someone by calling them an object, you can treat them like an object. That's the reason why we have a problem being called nigger by white people. If you can call us a nigger, you can do anything. They gone from calling gals out their name, calling them huz, to literally calling them balls. It's literally objectifying women by reducing them to basketball. It's an object played in
I kind of agree with that.
And the misogyny
I
started
do.
before
I
the event.
agree
The
that
role
the people that came up with this, that's what the angle they coming at it from. But I still stick by my definition of it.
It all started here, and I have very complicated feelings
My
about the entire situation, and we're gonna go through them. But here, Zoe is breaking down in tears after Kai rejected a streaming university application.
She beat that nigga ass.
Get into the streamer university,
and I wish people saw all of the good in me.
I see it, baby.
I don't understand.
I want you on my team.
Why I'm outcasted the way I am. I'm not a troublemaker. Yeah, I play. But don't we all play?
Zoe Spencer has been
He just mad because when she threw that nigga to the ground, he realized for real that she was stronger than him, and he got upset.
That's one take.
Collaborating with AMP from time. So when it came time to announce who would be invited to Streaming University, Zoe seemed surprised that she wasn't included. And there was speculation that Kai's girlfriend weighed in on the situation, and some other people were saying that she just wasn't going to be a good fit for it. But after some time passed, Kai would clear the air on his decision making. And not in some private correspondence, not even by like a carrier pigeon sent to Zoe. This boy found it fit to air out why she didn't get chosen in front of tens of thousands of people.
Very out of pocket.
And that was corny.
We gonna get to this.
And that was fucking.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I cannot stand by that. That was corny as fuck.
Or like there's something.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Going on.
Whoever is clipping these niggas and putting this stock music underneath these clips, first up against the wall. When the revolution starts,
first up against the wall.
First up against the wall.
In Atlanta, I ain't never say nothing, and I ain't gonna lie. I'm not holding this against you.
You're literally holding against a life.
Right?
The gaslight be crazy.
This is the reason why, and then proceeded to say, I'm not holding it against you.
The gaslight crazy.
I'm not putting it past you because I know who you are as a person. September 24th, Drewski Show. I never got to tell you
I love
how that shit made me feel.
You have a direct line to the woman. You could have messaged this gal on iMessage, Insta DMs, X DMs, Whisper on Twitch. You had so many different ways to communicate how you felt to this person, the way that you're communicating how you felt to tens of thousands of children.
Because of who you are and how your humor and like how you are as a person. Nigga, I dead ass for the first time felt secondhand embarrassed.
He's talking about when
she threw that nigga to the
actually
ground?
just pull it up.
Get up, Kai.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Shut the fuck up. Move the fuck back.
Nah. You had that coming. The way he said, look at that. And tell me if I'm wrong. The way he gave her that shut the fuck up.
Enemy crazy.
Shut the fuck up. Move the fuck back.
He's got his ass
I don't
beat.
even think I could show this. As someone that literally fights, Zoe Spencer just did put this nigga in a rear naked choke. I know that they have like a very aggressive banter thing.
Zoe, I need you on my team. Hit me up.
Going back and forth. Regardless, I don't care what happened. There's no reason for a person to go and put someone in a rear naked choke unless it's a sanctioned fight or you're defending yourself. Kai and Zoe are friends. They even collaborators. But even as professionals in the same space, I would imagine one would have the courtesy to let me know personally, if not when the incident happened, when this thing happened, at least after you see me balling on stream, that's the reason why you didn't have me.
Yeah, pause it real quick.
But he did.
So, like I said, I already said my whole spiel on Zoe, but I agree with him 100% right here where he was saying like, because that response he did was like definitely after she went online crying saying, I don't know why, whether this, that, and the third. He 100% could have like reached out to her because he has like a direct line of contact to get to her. And he could have just told her off stream, like, everything doesn't have to be put in the view of the public.
Right.
So the fact that he went and did this whole grandiose thing and started and like basically made it a thing, he's definitely grimy for that because it definitely feels like he was trying to get eyes on the streamer university by adding like some pre-drama to it. Because at the end of the day, people tune into stuff for drama.
Unfortunately. Need to make these niggas read, nigga. But yeah, man. As far as like with the Zoe Spencer thing, you know, it just to read the caveat again on the same things that we said in that video. It's even now more obvious if that was like the sole reason. I actually thought it was like a culmination of situations like that. But because I knew that there was a culmination of situations like that, I thought that was just how they got down. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was their game they played. Two New York niggas, she slick bigger than you, and like big sister vibes. Like she would come in and knock you upside your head for talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And
I get that, but there's still, I think, certain lines that shouldn't be crossed. And I get that they have like a certain thing or like a certain what's the word I'm looking for? Certain way they've like rapport of how they like interacted with each other, but
no, that's fair. That's fair. I mean,
still,
pulling him, and as a man, getting pulled out my chair like that, I gotta give it even from because like I can sit here and pretend like it's like oh I got beat up by a girl. That's funny to say, but anybody would get pulled out the chair if that was done to them in that matter. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter who the fuck you are. You know what I'm saying? It's like
yeah.
she catch you by the neck and then the wheels just whoop and you down. Like so, and I get she got a little too rough. They was playing too hard. Somebody called bomb, and but to not call her and then to turn the whole internet against her,
Yeah, definitely corny.
like you sat there and made it. You when that happened, you sat there and made the choice to be like, I'm just not gonna talk to this bitch no more. You could have called her because I'm sure Zoe Spencer on your stream did numbers, and you'd be like, look, da 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 da. And again, like I said in the last video, I was like, if y'all would just off screen have a conversation, a lot of this shit could be squared away. But it's clear to me even more now that y'all niggas are scared to talk to girls. I'm being, you know what I'm saying? But like it was mad grimy. I can even understand if you just didn't say nothing and just left it at that and just never addressed the situation before. But to then let everybody turn just drag her name across the fucking dirt and not say shit about it's like all right, that's yeah, that's grimy. Like I said, I want to like Kai, but it's just like seems like so much of an opportunity.
Situation. So Zoe Spencer to Kai was a plot device in this moment. Even worse, by Kai doing it in this manner, it cultivated a space for others to dogpile on Zoe Spencer. Because when you see one of the largest on the platform creating a safe space for misogynoir, people gonna replicate it. Kai doing it, that's how you get clout. If I want to get clout, I too will do what he's doing. And one of those people that did what he was doing was OG Black YouTube Royalty. Oh, haven't seen what the
Here we go.
One that like does the high pitched voice too and I gets excited. Like I really had hope for this thing because I didn't know him. And then as soon as I began watching the shit, he get banned saying the T slur.
That's why she looks like she got potential. What do she really be doing? Bro, this is why I called you this is why I said you the type of female that'll bite a nigga dick. I'm gonna start with Duke Dennis. Duke Dennis is a chill nigga.
I'm getting triggered all over again.
Thirsty as hell for this nigga dude. A chill nigga. He don't really do anything wrong. You going around biting niggas. You have bit more than 10 niggas. This bitch a zombie.
All of y'all right up against the wall.
You can't say that wasn't funny.
It's not.
Like she literally bites your dick off. But you definitely laughed at that.
That's not laughing at what he said. That's laughing at.
That's
not laughing because what he
it.
said is funny. That's laughing because what he said is retarded.
Nah, what he said was funny because it was so unexpected from what we were thinking.
Semantic.
You even laughed in the video where we were talking about it.
Because it was dumb. Like
because it was unexpected.
But that was his real perspective.
Yeah, that's the worst part.
That's why it was stupid. That's why it was fun. I'm just like, nah, this nigga is being dead ass right now. That's what's insane about it. Like that's just like what the who's man's. Someone.
All right, double time the speed on the videos.
All right, yeah, let's wrap it up. Playback speed. 1.5.
Called Zoe out her name after learning about her from Kai Cenat's stream. Zoe saw that stream live, and because this is all happening live, she crashed out because Illuminati called out her name. And then Illuminati took it upon himself to say goodbye to Zoe. He then does what is essentially a whole hate campaign on Zoe Spencer. You's a grown man, block YouTube, OG royalty, and you putting out hate campaigns to a girl that just started streaming and about 10 years junior to you. You squash the beef them with DDG. You squash the beef them with all of the other man them so that you can get close to the man
crazy
them.
part.
So you can ally yourself to the man them. And how do you bond?
Is the fact that he's had beef with like a whole bunch of other people, and he literally squashed the beef with all of them, like DDG, one of them, just to do this whole weird pseudo YouTube beef.
You know why?
With Zoe Spencer.
You know why?
I do know why.
No, I've been saying it. No.
Nah, you're about to say niggas gay, whatever. It's not gay and I want to be
gay.
But we already stated our piece on that on 2 separate videos. We're not going into it again.
Just say it. Medium gay. Not all the way gay. Medium gay. My sister sent me this fucking TikTok about that. I was cracking the fuck up. She was like, y'all don't even like women for real. You niggas medium gay.
All right.
I'm just saying. But like, I'm glad I'm not insane.
It's a roundabout way to say goodbye, but all right. Go ahead, press play. Hit the button.
With the said bond them by being misogynoirous. So you say, hey, I know we had our differences before DDG, but let's bond over the fact that we just hate y'all them. The same big body activity. They don't have no smoke from on them. There's be bullying the gal them. I can't rate you from that. Every male she stream with, she has to make them feel uncomfortable. Bro, can you do content without humiliating niggas? Seriously. Can you? I honestly think you deserve a chance in the streamer university. You have to kill your image. You gotta get rid of that plain energy. Do content with a man without making him feel uncomfortable. She did the nigga do. Why would you?
I will getting pulled off the seat chair type Joel. Would it have me like a little bit uncomfortable if it caught me off guard? But if I'm an entertainer, an ad libber, I'm rolling back up, hopping to my feet and be like, hey, what's up? You trying to be a feminist? All right, come here. You know what I'm saying? Make it content.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna pick her up and I'm gonna gently throw her to the ground and put her in the armbar. And be like, Tap, who's daddy? Who's daddy? Say it. I'm daddy. That's right. And then I let her go.
You out of pocket.
Hey man, content. I'm built for this.
Zoe shouldn't be biting niggas. Zoe shouldn't be putting her mouth on niggas if they didn't consent to that. Zoe shouldn't be twerking on niggas without their consent. I'm not gonna show that video because that is literally SA. Shorty assaulting niggas physically.
All right.
Same standards. It's a stretch, but legally speaking, yes, you can make the grounds for that. It is, but like legally speaking, you could get away with that in court.
Officer, she came up and started throwing ass on me. I want to press charge. Medium gay activity, I'm just saying.
Pansexually on stream. And she's obviously been doing it for quite a while. They have pictorial evidence of this. There's a conversation to be had about the double standard here. There is an inherent misogyny of her getting away with this because the only way Zoe could bite and twerk on niggas unconsensually is because we have collectively agreed that we don't see women as being capable of harm. And that's...
Now, I don't think I touched on this in our initial video.
I think that is a valid point what he just said.
That is a valid point, but... And I said this... I think I said this conversation to Rom. It's like... Or was it to you? I understand we would love to live in a world where there's no double standards, but we don't live in that world. And as far as how we interact interpersonally as people collectively, it's generally agreed upon that in a club environment, if a girl wants to come throw ass on you, you either take it or you politely decline. But to call it sexual assault, you're going to get a whole lot of strong ass side eyes. It's like, what?
Yeah.
You gonna get some
I'll agree with you on that point.
You gonna get some of the meanest side eyes. I'm just saying. And just be like, all right, we ain't inviting him no more. Moving on.
Sexist. A woman is capable of doing harm like anyone else. There's a reality.
No, that's true. That's true. And like I said, there's an argument. Clearly, Zoe got the best of Kai, called him black, and fair. It's not even nothing against him. She did hurt him. You know, more his ego than anything else. But I'll like in that context, yeah, she was over the line. But in the context, I don't know what clip he talking about. I'm definitely gonna go find it of her throwing ass on somebody and they're calling that no, no, that's not harm. You're not being hurt. You're not. You're like if anything, you're being complimented. You're being flattered. Decline politely or go for it because
I'll
the
send
way
you the clip later of what he was talking about.
okay because the way I see it is like that was kind of how I understand how to move in the club during with my trying my best not to scare the host. It was kind of like they get to choose if they're going to. who- Women get to choose. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think at the core of this red pill bullshit, that's what really got these niggas tight. It's just like at the end of the day, you can literally wrap up in a bow and hand her the world, and she still could be like, nah, you ain't getting no pussy, and there really ain't shit you can do about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there really ain't shit you can do about it. You just gotta take that on the chin, and you niggas is crashing out over that. Whereas I've always understood that she always held the keys to the box. You know what I'm saying? So if a girl comes up to me and starts, she hits you with the walk by the head, little arm touch, and or y'all, if a throw that ass song comes on, 'cause that's a great time to go like really check the vibe. I'm gonna get y'all club culture is dead, but back in the day, you would go and like it would be certain songs that you could really like if there was a girl who would be like maybe with her group of friends over there and you've been having your eye on her, and then like throw that ass and a circle comes on. You know what I mean? Like now's the time to be like, let me slide. And if she look back and she give you that look and then she start throwing it, you win. That means she thinks you're attractive enough to not be completely disgusted by throwing her ass on you. Welcome to foot in the door. Don't fuck it up.